PBX setup services.
Restart the PBX. Restarts all Astra services on the PBX and returns you to the services page when it is done. Reboot the PBX, performs a software reboot, and then requires you to log back in when it is done. Restart services. The restart of services will stop all services that are running and return you to the services page when it is done. This is often used in conjunction with PRI circuits that have gone down and are stubborn to return to sync on their own. Restart Call Manager is also Restart Queue Manager. Click this button and it will restart the Queue Manager and Call Manager applications and return you to the services page when it is done. Restart APC UPS service. The PBX will monitor APC-compatible UPSs and invoke a safe power down if battery levels become critical. In most cases, the return to normal operation is automatic. This button is available should the device fail to sync properly. Force hard disk check. Click this button to do a hard disk drive check if problems are suspected. If problems are found, they will be corrected by the check routine. This routine reboots the PBX. Clear diagnostics. This will clear all the diagnostic messages in the PBX and return you to the services page when it's complete.
Scheduled calls. Scheduled calls is cool. If you've ever done, wanted to utilize the scheduled calls, we have a simple program on scheduled calls that allows you to use like a bell for school applications. If you wanted to utilize scheduled bell or scheduled calls and set them up. Oh, okay. So in this system, I have a fire drill set up, and what I have is I have a menu that is set up with a prompt that is basically a recording of a fire drill. This is a fire drill. Proceed to the nearest exit, whatever. And if I dial the code 500, it implements this call. If you were to utilize it in a school bell fashion, you could say it recurs daily and whatever time period. So maybe I'd set this one up to be period 1 and period 2, period 3. I'd have all of the periods during the day, and I would then be playing a bell over whatever channels I have associated to usually the paging group, which is usually a multicast page. And that can be very effective for a lot of different applications for that. And in fact, we're now using schools that are using the scheduled calls feature for just public PA announcements, and using that code for the dial-up that I just showed you to make the announcements every morning. So that's a very handy feature and something that a lot of people are interested in. For especially municipalities and schools and that sort of application. System functions, quality of service, queue manager, and call manager setup. This definitely we wanted to go through. We have a nice implementation of the queue manager now. It's been released a couple months ago, and we just released an upgrade to it that gives us even additional features. I got one that I wanted to show you. Let's see if I dial it. I'm going to make a call to the house system, and I'm going to dial one of my extensions. I'm going to dial 2253. When that extension comes off hook and answers the call, I can have it set to automatically pop information. In this case, I've had it pop two things. I've popped both a map and a contact information. And you can see for the number that I dialed, or the caller ID that came in, I'm popping 941-306-2200, and it came up with everybody that's on the list for IPitomy. If you do it with the maps, you can drill down on where that is, and that's our office. That's where we are. What is going on there is that we are assigning that pop-up to a specific URL. And what I would really suggest you do here is let me just show you how that works. On Map It and Contact Lookup, if you notice these two lines, this one and this one, I have them selected for auto pop-up inbound. So as soon as I answer a call, it's going to send this URL that I've got programmed to the web browser that I have as my default web browser. And what's nice is I have additional information in here too. Let's say I want to look up somebody in my my specific CRM. Okay, so am I still on that call? I am. I can hit the right click button and then click any one of these things. If you notice, let me just show you that too. The names of the title is Contact Lookup, Map It, Find It in CRM, Find It in Ticket. If I am on here and I'm right-clicking, that's exactly what you see. So that name is what I want to do with this call. I want to click CRM, fine. I'm going to open it in CRM and find the call. Now, I have to be logged into the CRM in order for it to open it. But let's just close this one. Since I'm logged into Google, it will check that one automatically. So let's do the Map It. It just opens Map and then pulls it up as far as where that caller information is coming from. What I would suggest you do is you can get to this information actually from our main site, but if you look for YouTube and do IPitomy, you're going to get our site, and let's do IPitomy Queue Manager. There it is. This is our user's guide for the Queue Manager. This is it's about almost 18-minute video, but it is very comprehensive on the features that are available to your user when they're utilizing Call Manager. And obviously this benefits you tremendously in having this online because now you don't have to worry about instructing users on how to use the Call Manager. It's available to them online. And there is a lot of capability here. If I want to park that call, I hit the park button and it's going to go to the park zone. You'll see it pop up here. That is in park. You notice it's no longer on my extension. I'm going to hit the little park pickup button, and it's going to retrieve that call from park. And I have to answer it, and then I'm going to be talking to that person. And I can hit hang up or I can hit record. Let's say I want to listen in on a call. If you're given the privilege of being able to listen in, you'll have the ability to use these buttons. I'm just picking different people here that are on calls. And I can listen in, I can whisper to them, or I can barge, which is literally taking the call away from that user and putting it on my extension. You can do any of those things. And I also have the ability to conference from here too. A lot of things that we can do in Call Manager, and there's a lot going on here. Now, the conference that I am on with you is actually on our cloud server, and the Queue Manager that I have is on our local PBX. So we don't see that call in the conference. If you want to look at the actual conference, I do have a desktop Call Manager screen open, and the DCM screen looks like this. It was our previous product, and a lot of people like it, so I don't know that we're going to actually see it going away anytime soon. A lot of people like Call Manager, so you can watch extensions the same way you can in Queue Manager or conferences or text messages and so on. And that's how I'm controlling our conference. So I invite you to watch that video, probably the best way to get the information you need on what's going on in Call Manager. Let's see what else we wanted to make sure to mention while here. An overview. I wanted to tell you how to install it. That's an important key here. When you're wanting to install the Call Manager, the Queue Manager, let's see. Well, let's just start. Support.ipitomy.com is probably the easiest place to get it. It's not the only place to get it, though. And in fact, you can get it on the wiki. Let's go to the wiki instead. We're trying to use the wiki for everything that we do. Queue Manager, release notes, probably there. Oh, this is, well, since we're right here, the POP information that we were showing you a couple minutes ago, when we look into the settings of Queue Manager and we're looking at these settings, what this URL is the actual information from the URL that popped up at the top of the screen. We can stuff in various variables, and if you can see that here, it is 0 and 1 that I'm using to equal the number and the name, and you can utilize our wiki now to access that information. As far as 0 is this caller ID number, 1 is the caller ID name, 2 dialed number, 3 logged in agent, and 4 would be your extension number. So these are all variables that you can send to devices that you're trying to pop to. And there again, that's on the wiki. So let me try to see what I was looking for the installation of Queue Manager. No, I'm not seeing it. I'm going to have to add that. All right, on support. .ipitomy.com. This is your fail-safe. If you can't find it on the wiki, go to support.ipitomy.com. We're trying like heck to move everything over there, but we have not got it all there yet. Installer. The first thing you need to know is it's a Windows application. It will not run on a Macintosh. It is a Windows application. It uses what's called the .NET framework. Okay, so if you have 4.0 installed .NET, you're probably okay. If not, you need to install it. And you can install that by hitting this link right here. That's all that's required, and you will download and install the .NET software. When you're ready to install the actual software, that actually is part of the process. This goes through a, well, let's just do it. Okay, so here we launch the application, and oh, wow. How are we doing this? Prerequisites, Windows 3.1 or low greater, 4.net. Okay, evidently we're not doing the .NET for you automatically anymore. It looks like we're just installing the application. So what you do is you just find the Microsoft .NET on the network, and you will find an installation practice for it. Obviously, you're going to want to use something from Microsoft. But if you want to download Microsoft, and it's a Microsoft website that you're going to here, make sure that you're looking at whatever's in front of the .com or .net so that you know exactly what website you're getting it from. As long as it's the Microsoft website you're looking at, you're going to be fine. And obviously, you're going to download it here and then install it. After you've done that, then you click Launch the application now, and it's going to download Queue Manager onto the PC. So this is something that you have to do on each client. So if Queue Manager is going to be installed on multiple locations, under the PBX setup services, you're going to your licensing of the call and Queue Manager seats, and you're assigning licenses. So pick them all. I'm going to assign them as Queue Managers and submit. So now all of my extensions on the PBX are Queue Manager licensed. And I can do that, fortunately, because my PBX has got 60 licenses. But now yours will come, if you're getting a demo system, it will come with 16 licenses. You can assign them as Call Manager or Queue Manager. Okay. Chat and screen pops. We've talked about screen pops. The chat mode is the other piece that we have there that it facilitates a few different things. Chat is actually doing a couple of things for us. We have a few things that are implemented or integrated into it as well. Anytime that you see these little bubbles here, this is a chat bubble, and I can open this up because the Ipitomy platform now has a chat server on it. You don't need to worry about registering to an external chat server, which is a benefit, certainly. If you want to send a chat message to someone, you open up that chat box, and by clicking the chat bubble, and you type a text message and sends it off to their phone, or actually, excuse me, it sends it off to their Ipitomy Queue Manager or Call Manager, whichever they are using. And if you receive a chat message, which is, I can't send myself one, I will see a envelope appear here, and it will indicate that that person sent me a message, as well as up here in this little spot, I'm going to see an envelope appear that kind of flashes on and off that indicates that I've got a new chat message waiting. What's nice about that too is that the chat messages can be associated to PBX groups. When I have a let's say I have a group and in ACD, I want to send a text message to chat clients when calls are abandoned. I can do this, and this has been a very big benefit in our florist applications. When florists receive calls, and I'm certain that this can be applied in many other applications as well. When they receive calls that go into a queue and those calls go abandoned, in other words, no one answered the call, that is a sale that they've missed. So they want to get a chat message right away that that a call was abandoned. So if I include this information in here and I abandon a call to that, in fact, I can do that. Let's just say this. We'll just say it to 2253. And if I want to add multiples, I just you notice I was delimiting it there with commas. If you need to put multiple extensions, just separate them with a comma, and you can put in all of the clients that you need. So that was, what was the number? That was 1,000. If I dial 1,000 and then abandon it, I'm going to get a chat message that indicates that the call was abandoned. Of course, it might have to be in there a while. All right, I'm going to abandon that in a second, and we'll see that pop up. Oh, I'm on the wrong system again. I've got to send one to the. Well, I can't do it from where I'm at. I'm surprised nothing's happened yet. But when you have an abandoned call, it's going to pop up your chat, and I'm looking at the house system, and I'm calling my demo system. So obviously that's not going to work for me. But, this can be very helpful, and it's a feature that we have received a lot of. There's a lot of buzz about this feature because it's a very handy feature, and people really like what it does for them. In addition to this, you can signal alerts. And here again, I can't show it to you, but if I set it up so that quantity of calls is in the queue is greater than the desired number, I can set up an alert. Agents available is less than, or agents online is less than, or the service level has been exceeded. These alerts are going to show up over in this field over here and indicate what queue is in an alert status.